It's time for the NFC Championship, and the road to a Super Bowl goes through Washington. It's the Saints and the Commanders under the lights on Sunday night.
For my money, it's the best time of the year. Playoff.
Let's go, fellas.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Jameis to throw it. He'll find its tight end. It's Adam Troutman. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game, and he'll go down right around the 47 this time. To throw again on 2nd down, Winston. And this is going to be incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. They'll throw again, Winston. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Daron Payne with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
Here's the punter Martin out to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
And just in case you didn't know in the days leading up to the NFC title game, you definitely know now. No rookie quarterback has ever won the Super Bowl. But this is getting towards uncharted territory. This is a monster deal. If this offense believes in it, which I believe that it does, they could be the ones to break that streak. And having spent time around this team, I'm starting to believe they're going to get it done.
And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time here with Brian Robinson. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he this into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot in the big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was capped off by the touchdown run for Brian Robinson. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. They'll start on the ground here on first down. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Now Winston. Over the middle into the hands of Michael Thomas. And they're able to get this one across the 35. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a first down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. On 1st and 10, Winston. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. And this throw will be intercepted. And the Commanders are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 7. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the give, here's Robinson. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. 2nd down and a run by Robinson. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Robinson with another carry. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll set up to throw. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. And the Commanders are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. Nothing flashy there. The slant to the slot.
Oh, the frustration for the defensive guys because it's a quick play. And you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch. And he's able to absorb the contact and complete it.
They'll run with Robinson. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. He'll look to throw. Caught on the slant. Touchdown. Jahan Dotson from 10 yards out. And the Commanders have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Well, they have to be loving this start to the first quarter.
Well, the way that they're going, I mean, you're talking about 2 touchdown drives already. They feel very confident and feel like they have all the answers in this game. They're 1 point away from going up 14-0. Maybe they press the advantage and go for 2.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was Jahan Dotson with a touchdown catch to finish things off. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The New Orleans offense set to take over. One semi-factor, if you want to call it that was brought up in the papers this morning here, Charles. We got a dome team on the road in a cold weather environment, first round of the playoffs in January. Do you think that's a big deal?
Ordinarily, I say no. But in this situation, because you're used to that perfectly controlled environment, some coaches will want their teams exposed to it. If you're coming from a warm weather place and, even getting outside of your dome doesn't really help you, a lot of times they'll go on the road a little bit earlier. Go to a cold weather place, go to a place where there's a little bit of weather and practice there that week before the game to try and simulate the conditions they expect come game day.
Jameis now on 1st down. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Chase Young, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. These sacks, they're starting to pile up.
If they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line.
So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in...
On 2nd and 9, Winston.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Cole Holcomb. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
Back onto the field now, the Commanders' offense. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw.
This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. On 3rd down, they're going to go with the option. He's got the first down and more. Yeah, maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line.
A good chunk on the ground, and the keeper 17 yards, first down.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
94 yards rushing now as he's looked good here in this opening quarter of the NFC Championship.
Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
Able to hit his target, Claypool.
And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. Second and 3. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw here. Caught on a slant.
And the Commanders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football. As they go to work on a 1st and goal. Robinson is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Well, CD, that's his 2nd touchdown already. And how about this offense? 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
An absolute total team effort right now. And let's face it, I don't think he's done. We're still in the first half. There's a lot of time left to go. I don't know what they're going to do on the other side trying to slow him down. But right now, he's feeling it.
The try here for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all.
And it was capped off by the touchdown run for Brian Robinson. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7.
Play action now. Winston.
He'll find his man, Laviska Shenault. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
On play action, Winston.
They'll get this out to Kamara. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Winston. This is complete to Michael Thomas.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Off the play fake, Winston.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Montez Sweat, the man that time to fight in and drop him. But, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Winston.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. From the shotgun, it's Winston.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
So out comes Washington's offense to take over. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
He's going to keep this again.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 14 yards that time, and a first down on the keeper.
It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively, because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball, but the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
They'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage. It's a solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38.
And a solid job using his legs. 16 yards and a first down on the keeper.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Here's 2nd and 8.
Quick slant, Dotson.
And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
They'll run with Gibson.
He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. Fourth down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
They'll drop to throw.
This pass hauled in by Dotson. And he is going to have a Washington first down. They didn't get a lot, but they do convert on 4th.
They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. They'll let the QB keep it here off the option.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Taken down at the 19-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
2nd and 1. Completion here to Claypool. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4.
Now back to throw. This is caught. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal.
Robinson is in. Touchdown, Washington. It's not too often that you say, hey, this one's going to be over by halftime. And CD, I know our bosses probably don't want us to say that because they don't want people clicking away, but this one might be over by halftime.
And since you already put your job on the line by actually saying it, I will co-sign and go with you because you're my partner. We don't mean to do it, but this game has been exactly as you've described. I see no hope for them going forward.
Extra point attempt to follow here. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So that one a 13-play drive in total.
And it was capped off by the touchdown run for Brian Robinson. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
1st down, Winston. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Kamara up the middle.
And he'll get a couple up to the 29.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now a first carry for their fullback. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. A first down throw for Winston.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Chase Young able to drop in that time for his second sack of the evening.
Starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. 2 minutes remain in the first half of this NFC Championship. A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report in a bit. The coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, Coach. Break it down.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
And Jameis intercepted a third time.
And the Commanders will take over possession here up at the 44. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
That's going to be caught downfield by McLaurin.
A huge play there for Washington. And even 50 yards.
Well, big plays have been a hallmark of this offense all season, so there was no reason to think that it wouldn't continue here in this title game. Obviously, the magnitude of the event, not getting to them early.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll set up to throw.
Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Toss play to Robinson. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
Brian Robinson Jr.
on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns.
And the Commanders continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
To go for 1 and kick the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive.
And it was capped off by the touchdown run for Brian Robinson. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Saints offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down.
Chase Young
in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Back to throw here. And he finds McLaurin. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
That's not the first time they've looked his way when they've needed a big play. He's been the go-to guy all game long. And they get the hook up again on 3rd down to keep this drive alive.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Shotgun handoff to Gibson.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and now it's 3rd and 3.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Tressway now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the 2nd half.
Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10
at their own 17-yard line.
And he'll start with a give to Kamara.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now Winston. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Well, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. And a fair catch is taken here, a step or two inside the 45-yard line. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Gibson.
Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
2nd and 10.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
This to McLaurin out on the left side. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down. On
1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41.
And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
But you do need to know as a young quarterback that if you're going to spread the field, the ball's got to come out quick. And you have to know where to go with the football, really, in pre-snap. Identify where you want to go and get rid of it.
And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Winston to give. It's Kamara.
And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Oh, good move. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The Commanders' offense returning to the field. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts.
And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. 2nd and 9 now. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up 3rd down.
He'll decide to keep this once more.
And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. Give him. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
On 1st and 10, Winston. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Jameis to throw it.
Connection made with Shenault.
And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. Here's Winston. And that is incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Now Winston. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. And right about now, you start to think, and maybe they're starting to think, gosh, maybe points aren't going to happen for us in this game.
That's a thought that is worth having because so far in this game, this defense has not just had the upper hand. They've appeared to be a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps to everything they've done. They've had an answer for everything this offense has thrown at them.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Here's a 2nd and 7. And it's caught.
Touchdown, Washington.
Terry McLaurin, a 14-yard touchdown.
And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, something about this team, you just felt like they were one of destiny all season long, and they made themselves today, as you can see, the class of the NFC.
Yeah, and it's starting to look more and more like a Super Bowl trip is very much in their future.
And the fans starting to book those tickets. Extra point right down the middle, and it is 42-0. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. The New Orleans offense set to take over. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Jameis now on 1st down. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Cole Holcomb, and the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough, but, man, this defense, they have been ball-hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player, you have to know the situation.
And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
2nd and 8 coming from the 19.
Again, it's Robinson. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
117 yards rushing for him now as he tries to will his guys into the Super Bowl.
He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
He'll drop to throw. And he's got it. Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's 2nd and goal. They'll try and run. This is Robinson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Robinson.
And he is going to lose yardage here. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that 1st down gain of 8.
There have not been a lot of great moments for this defense throughout this game. Finally, they have one they can hang their hat on. A nice stop there.
They'll run for it with Robinson. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington.
Brian Robinson Jr.
A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Commanders will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. So 4th and goal, their head coach gave that offensive line one more chance to punch it in, and this time they were successful.
They certainly paid off the coach's confidence, didn't they? And how about the fact that they stayed with the ground game? Because a lot of times in that situation, partner, we see teams try and roll the quarterback out, give him a little run-pass option, and treat it like a 2-point conversion play. In this case, they went with a little bit more power and got it done.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So the drive there took 6 plays.
And it was capped off by the touchdown run for Brian Robinson.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Taken in at the 3. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
The Saints coming out now to take the field.
Well, the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook. The bottom line is don't quit competing.
And Winston lost the football.
And it's Washington that scoops it up. And he is going to bring this one back to the house. It's a Commanders touchdown on the scoop and score.
So a great play there by the defense. If these guys are going to advance, and it looks like they will, this defense a big reason why.
And they love carrying the mantle for this team, don't they? You see the way that they move around out there? They want to lead this team deeper into the playoffs and hopefully onto the Super Bowl.
And that return for a touchdown certainly helps that cause. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and it'll be a third and about 13.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Well, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. The Saints on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They begin the drive with Robinson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Second down and a run by Robinson.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
130 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better really as the night's gone on.
Very great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, You're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 46-yard line.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's taken down here by the Saints.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. At that time, finally a measure of revenge as they get him down behind the line.
It almost felt like relief, didn't it? Because with the success he's had throughout this game, you'd almost expect him to get free and pick up 10 to 15 every time he takes off. Not in that case. That has to feel good for the defense.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10.
Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10
at their own 22. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He gets it to Thomas. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Winston now. And his throw is incomplete. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Winston.
Open man is the tight end Troutman. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
On play action, Winston in trouble, and he's taken down.
Chase Young
make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game.
So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And now here's another interception.
And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Robinson with another carry.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
He'll look to throw.
He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, this one probably not the close game you would expect or hope to see in prime time, CD. But, of course, that wasn't their intent in preparing for this one. They said they felt like their offense was ready to put up some points. And, my goodness, it has been a dominant display in front of a national audience.
Yeah, they thought it, and it certainly came to fruition, didn't it? They've been dominant in so many ways in this one. If you weren't paying attention to this group before, you certainly are now after seeing this type of victory from them.
And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Robinson up the middle.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. the gun now on third down. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And they snap him short of the first as he can only get to the 20. And this one is right through, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
And now the Saints get set to trot out there.
And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Here's Winston. Flush, and he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
Chase Young.
My goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance.
Pardon my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front 7 today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
3rd and long for Winston. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline. But out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taking on the midfield logo.
So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. Here comes the Commanders' offense back onto the field. CD, I mean, they have just been scoring at will. It's been score after score after score, and a lot of times we use the term blowout for a lopsided ball game. And this has kind of gone past that. I think we're in historic territory right now.
You nailed it. Historic territory. Perfect phrase for what we are watching. If this were a movie, what kind of rating would we put on it? Who would you allow to watch what we're watching right now? Let's hope this one gets over fast, because this game well decided a long time ago.
Now a throw here, hauled in.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. Let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
Throw left side, taken in by Claypool.
And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds.
2 yards left on 2nd down from the 9.
They'll set up to throw.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders.
A 9-yard touchdown run.
And the Commanders are closing in on a Super Bowl berth now as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
Pretty sure that was a passing play, but he took off pretty quickly and ran with it.
Love his decisiveness on it, because you're exactly right. He was supposed to go back in the pocket and survey the field and throw the football, but when that hole opened, he just said, forget it, let's go. And boy, did that work out well.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A drive there of just 4 plays and a 9-yard run on the end of it.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the 4th quarter. And a big deficit, Charles, but they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board. So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Let's go ahead and put check marks by it all, partner. No points. Down by 4 touchdowns. Haven't had anything going today on offense. Why not add a late sack to the mix? Obviously a day to forget for all involved. Let's give plenty of credit to this defensive effort. They've been excellent from start to finish.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. A 40-yard punt, no return.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10
at their 36-yard line. They start on the ground with Robinson here.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 158 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues.
He continues to be a major factor carrying the football here into the fourth quarter, Charles.
Another big gain on the ground. Big guys working strong up front. A lot of them not just taking care of business at the line of scrimmage, but getting into the linebacker spots and taking care of the second level as well.
And they're taking advantage of everything right now on the scoreboard with that lead. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll run again here with Robinson.
And good running, going to get this down close to a first at the Saints' 40-yard line.
It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back.
They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away.
Robinson will try to pick it up.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
A give left side to Robinson.
And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
On the give, here's Robinson. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 13 yards there on a Washington first.
He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
Celebration time in D.C., Washington, the NFC champs, as we say thank you for watching and good night.